Okay, we're on to second step, preparation for the first meeting. And notice I'm saying preparation. We need to be prepared for what's about to happen, because if it's anything like what happened with me, this is going to be horrible. This is going to be terrible. We are going to allow the part of us that we typically don't listen to unload absolutely everything it wants to share, everything it wants to say that is negative, critical, judgmental, violent about ourselves or other people. So we are willingly about to go into a place, a room, an area within us that we typically do not go. And in fact, on purpose, lock the door and don't go in there. And we're about to take that key, put it in the lock, turn it, open the door, turn on the lights, and clean that damn room out. And it's depending on your level of how much you've disowned this part of yourself, the part that is critical, judgmental, angry, violent, that's going to kind of tell you how extreme this might be. And for me, it was very extreme. I hope it's less extreme for you. I hope you have a better starting relationship with your inner critic, but you may not. And if you're here taking this course, that's probably a sign that you're thinking, man, I've got something going on with criticism, judgment of myself, of other people, of violence towards myself or other people. And this is getting too much. And so it will be a sign that we have not listened to it, don't have a good relationship with that part of us. Meaning what a good relationship, and that we're going to kind of boil down to, is to listen deeply, to thank the person or being for sharing that, and then to possibly, after giving it some time, most likely, take some action on what that part is wanting us to do or to be aware of. Okay. So first idea is that there's in preparation for the first meeting, be aware there's going to be a range of uncomfortability from mildly uncomfortable to absolutely just horrific. Okay. Second, we need to know, what does the inner critic want? And this blew me away. When I was learning this, my supervisor, Alan Finkel, helped me to understand this. Because really what I wanted was the inner critic to go away, to disappear, to not be there. So I'd never be angry, judgmental, critical, violent ever again. What I discovered is, one, that's not possible, and two, that's not actually what I wanted. Because all of those things, being critical, being judgmental, being violent, those aren't good or bad. Those are useful in certain cases, and we need to be aware of those things. Those are tools. Those are emotions. So they're actual tools. They're messages about what's going on, what's important to us, what we want, what we don't want. What I found out, and what I showed, and what blows me away, is that the inner child and the inner critic and all beings want the same thing. That's to be listened to be held emotionally, to be thanked for being vulnerable, and then for us to take action based on what we just learned, what we just experienced from them. How are we going to respond? Step 3. How are we going to respond to the inner critic as it is, as we are allowing it, as we are accepting of its criticisms and judgments? It's a lot of basically what I've already said. As we're going to wait for it to be done, it can take as long as it wants. It can say as much as it wants. If we need to take breaks, that's fine. We'll come back to it. We're going to listen. We're going to thank. And then we're going to think deeply and or take action on what has just been shared. And the fourth part, and maybe I think the most important part, because if we just do this one time and then we don't come back to this, I think in some ways we're continuing the same cycle of just every once in a while giving the inner critic some attention and then going back to having it locked away in some dark room that we don't ever go into. The fourth part is having a contract with the inner critic that we're going to keep coming back, that things are changing. We're not going to keep ignoring. We're going to come back as much as it needs, as much as it wants, because it's a part of ourselves, and we're going to accept it. We're going to take responsibility for this relationship, and we're going to accept its needs, its wants, its feelings, its emotions. Whoa. The fourth part is that we're going to have a contract with the inner critic, that we're going to keep coming back, that we're going to listen to its warnings, its criticisms, and that we're going to be thankful, thank it for that, and that we're going to keep coming back, that we're going to keep accepting that part of ourselves as a new setup. And like I said, interestingly, that's exactly what we're going to end up be doing for the inner child as well. Okay, on to the actual meeting. On to the actual meeting, I guess. Okay, I guess on to the actual meeting now.